Yu-Gi-Oh! Category Cavalcade,
Raidraptors,
from our good pal Digijex, or Digibox360 I should be saying. Sorry, old habits die hard. I do like the new intro though. And yeah, Raidraptors easily won that poll.
Welcome to another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Category Cavalcade. In the last episode, I set up a poll that would allow you guys to vote for which archetype I should cover.
Not as many votes as you may have hoped for, but hey, like people voted, so that's something.
With Watts being a close second.
But, maybe next one.
The other archetypes listed in the poll can be covered later.
Yeah.
Anyway, this time, instead of just me discussing this archetype,
you brought a friend.
Guest with me to help me out with this
Raptormon132.
He's actually a good friend of mine.
Or 132. Bleh.
And I know how he really likes Raidraptors, and I definitely can't think of anyone else better for this subject. So, how about you introduce yourself?
Thanks, Digi. Hello guys, I am Raptormon132, a blind reactor, fanfic writer, and a voice actor within the Brony fandom. You might also recognize me as the guy that played Big Mac in the Dartsiar episode, Test of Honesty. But a fact about me is that I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively in real life, and the Raidraptors are my favorite and go-to. When Digi told me that Raidraptors were next on the list, I was more than happy to help out with it.
Doesn't make them bad.
Yep-a-roo! And now, without any further ado, let's get started.
The archetype itself.
Here's
how you play Raidraptors. Rank up, rank up, rank up, rank up, rank up, rank up.
It
was their own totally unique mechanic, and then Utopia stole it.
And future support was added in Crossroads, Clash of Rebellions, Dimension of
you could say that they
Chaos,
took it from Utopia, I don't know. Anyway.
Maximum Crisis, Phantom Rage, and Phantom Nightmares. They were also used by the character known as Shea Obsidian, aka Shun Karazaki, in the Arc 5 anime and manga series.
A very great character, by the way. His backstory is very tragic, which, in my opinion, earns him to be compared to future Trunks from the Dragon Ball Z series.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I've also met his English voice actor in real life too, Matt Shipman.
Nice.
A great guy to meet.
Sure is a great guy. His
the monsters
voice for
resemble
Shea
various
is kind of
genus and species of bird of prey.
He
a bit
just
with
fell
a
victim to
mechanicalized
terrible
appearance
dubbing
and
attack
equipped
names.
with weaponry.
And much like other Xyz-based archetypes, they focus on swarming the field with necessary monsters to perform Xyz summons.
Well, they're birds.
Most of their monsters have effects that allow them to be summoned rapidly to the field.
I like how they tied Raidraptors to Phantom Knights, though. That one's just a nice reference to the anime.
From the player's hand. And therefore, they need to keep
Look at all
resources
this
in their hand to start their initial strategy.
The majority of the main deck monsters usually have effects that can be activated during the main phase of the turn they're normal or special summoned.
Jeez,
and most of them are beneficial effects that help them for summoning more monsters to the field. However, some of them restricts the player from special summoning other than Raidraptor monsters if their effects are used. So careful consideration and planning ahead is necessary to utilize those cards to their maximum potential.
The archetype also has many other Xyz monsters within their arsenal, and some of them are specifically designed to eliminate multiple threats at once, particularly special summon monsters. The majority of them are also capable of inflicting mass amounts of damage, rather through their effects alone, directly or indirectly, or through attacking multiple times.
In this, we will also mention about the standard version and the advanced version of the deck of this archetype.
Anywho, let's get into the cards.
I guess. You can play Raidraptors, or you can play Phantom Knight Raidraptors.
Raidraptor, Vanishing Laneless. Once per turn, during your main phase, if this card was normal or special summoned this turn, you can special summon
it's the OG of the OG.
Raidraptor monster from
it's
your
not
hand.
bad nowadays, just there are better
I like
options,
how with this card, you could potentially start off with a good
fine.
Xyz combo.
Indeed. Vanishing Laneless is a need-to-have card for those who want to build the standard type. It's especially good if you can manage to draw all three in your hand, as you can summon out all three and one other straight to the field, giving you a chance to perform multiple Xyz summons. Although this card is not really added in the advanced type, and more for the standard type.
Yeah.
Raidraptor, Mimicry Laneless. Once per
this
turn,
thing's straight up good.
during your main phase,
do
if
level
this card
manipulation,
was
then you gotta
normal or
search.
special summon this turn,
to the
you
graveyard,
can
which is a little
increase the
annoying,
levels
but
of all
it's
Raidraptor
fine.
monsters you currently
This is
control by
like it's
one.
annoying because
During
I forget.
your main phase, if this card is in the graveyard, because it lost sent there this turn, you can banish this card. Add one Raidraptor card from your deck to your hand,
little boosters
except
going off on the
Raidraptor
side there.
Mimicry. You can only use this effect on Raidraptor Mimicry once per turn.
For this card's first effect, it could potentially make the Raidraptor monsters you control the same level to go into other Raidraptor Exist monsters. The second effect is need to add another Raidraptor to your hand.
It's mostly being dumb just to get that search.
And it can be either a monster, spell, or trap. As it says, a card, as long as it's a Raidraptor card.
1800 beat stick.
This card is highly recommended for either version of the deck.
Raidraptor Tribute Lanius. During your main phase, if this card lost
summon
or
nail,
special
which goes
summon
great
this
with the
turn,
previous card,
you
like I
can
said.
send one Raidraptor card from your deck to the die. During your main
you can also
phase
send
two,
Fuzzy
if
Lanius
this
with
card
this to get tricks in their
destroyed
Fuzzy
an
Lanius,
opponent's
which is a nice
monster
combo.
by battle this turn, you can add one rank up magic quick play
I said
spell
Raidraptors
from
were my
your
style, I
deck
didn't
to
say I
your
didn't know how to
hand.
play them.
Also,
There's a
you
big
cannot
difference.
special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except Raidraptor monsters. You can only use each effect on Raidraptor Tribute Lanius once per turn.
This card's first effect's condition is a little odd to me. It might as well should have been used when the monster is summoned, but whatever.
Yeah, because you gotta
it
summon
can
it
get
and then
another
choose to
Raidraptor
activate on the
to
same
graveyard.
turn. Like,
As
but
for
why?
the second effect, I'm not really a fan of the condition that you have to be in main phase 2 and you have to destroy an opponent's monster by battle to add a rank up magic spell card, but whatever.
It does kind of feel like they could have gone with
the
one or the
drawback of
other.
summoning only Raidraptor monsters makes sense.
Oh, the quick play spell one has to
True.
do. I guess
The second effect is
if it
not
attacks,
so great,
quick play.
but
Meh.
its first effect on the other hoof is far more handy, as it's like a foolish burial for the archetype. A common combo is using it to send Mimicry Lanius as well as other cards with effects that activate from the graveyard from your deck to your grave to activate their effects. This is why Tribute Lanius is recommended for any deck build of the archetype.
Raidraptor Sharp Lanius. Once
thing's
per
on field
turn,
effect
during
sucks.
your main phase, if
It's
this card
situational,
lost
but most of it
normal or
sucks.
special summon this turn, you can target one face-up attack position monster in the field. Change it to face-up defense position.
It does not do it
During
the other
your
way
main
around,
phase two,
which
if
can be
this
annoying.
card attacked this turn, you can target one Raidraptor monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. You
That
can
one's
only
better,
use
but
this
the
effect on
inherent one
Raidraptor
sucks.
Sharp Lanius once per turn.
I have no idea what's the point of making it an opponent's monster switch to defense position if there's
Seriously.
no piercing effect or whatever. As
Like,
for the second
or at the
effect,
very least,
while
let
I'm
us
not
do
a fan
one
of
like
the
both, like
condition,
just
I
change
do
his
like
bow
that it's
position.
a monster reborn for Raidraptors.
In my honest opinion, this monster is not actually that good. I
Nah.
looked at it, and it's not very useful.
It's
Apart
got
from being
innate
a small
stats,
beat
though.
stick.
Yeah.
Even its second
Which
effect
isn't
is
terrible,
not good,
but it's not
as it
enough.
can be easily countered. This is why it's not really recommended for making either forms of the deck.
Raidraptor Fuzzy-Lanius.
This
If
thing's
you
a straight
control
very
a
good.
Raidraptor monster other than Raidraptor Fuzzy-Lanius, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one Raidraptor Fuzzy-Lanius from your deck to your hand. You can only
downside
use
is you're
each
locked
effect
to
on
Raidraptors for the
Fuzzy-Lanius
turn.
once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate either of this
Yeah, that's the
card's
downside
effects,
effect. But honestly,
except
for all those other two
Raidraptor
effects,
monsters.
that's a fair
I
trade-off.
like all of this card's effects. Special summoning from Hoof when controlling another Raidraptor except for itself, and adding another Fuzzy from
Although
deck
you
Hoof.
can do it if you
And the
control.
drawback
You
of
are allowed to do it
summoning
if you
only
control
Raidraptor
Fuzzy
monsters
Lanius.
like
You just
previously
can't be doing
makes
monster.
sense.
You have, like, a
Indeed,
tribute and
its
a
effect
Fuzzy,
is very
it's
good
supposed
at
to summon
summoning
the
out
Fuzzy.
more monsters for Exist summons, as well as getting another copy from your deck to your hand. However, you must always be mindful about its drawback of preventing you from summoning any other monsters apart from Raidraptors.
For that,
So
I'd
you've
probably
got to
stay in
make
the
sure that
casual
this
build.
monster is summoned last after you've summoned any non-Raidraptor monsters that turn, which we will get to that later. Anyway, this card is too recommended for either forms of the deck.
Oh, it still managed to sneak in
Raidraptor
there. Nice.
Strangle-Lanius. If you control a
Strangle
dark
can just
monster,
special summon
you
itself.
can special summon
It's
this
got- it's
card
basically
from
Fuzzy
your
Lanius,
hand.
but
Also,
better.
you cannot special summon monsters
And
for
Fuzzy
the
Lanius is
rest
already
of this
pretty damn
turn,
good.
except dark monsters. If you control
Dark
a
seems
Zed
dark
monster
still, but hey,
with
that's
Dark Zed
more
monster
than
as
just
material, you
Raidraptors.
can target one level 4 or lower Raidraptor monster in your die. Special summon it. but its effects are negated. You can only use each effect on Raidraptor, Strangulanius once per turn.
Only problem I have with this card that's called Strangulanius, but it doesn't go for you little.
What the hell is with some of these conditions? Like, seriously, why do you need a control an Xyz monster with a dark attribute monster as material to activate its effect?
That is mildly weird, but that is pretty weird. But honestly, you just need the special summon condition, so that's enough.
Just what the hell's with the?
It's like Cyber Dragon. Does it need another effect?
I can answer that.
It'd be neat, but it doesn't really need it.
Its second effect is handy for summoning out after you've Xyz summoned a Raidraptor or a Dark monster with 1 as a material. This is good to summon another Raidraptor from your grave to perform another Xyz summon, especially one certain card if it's in your graveyard, which we will get to when we get there. And the drawback of being barred from summoning non-Dark type monsters is not a real issue, if you have a pure Dark type deck. This card is highly recommended for the advanced form of this deck,
Raidraptors,
although you can use it for the standard type as well.
Raidraptor, Raidraptors. If this card is special summoned from the hand by the effect of a Raidraptor card, or normal summoned, you can inflict 600 damage to your opponent. When an opponent's monster declares an attack that targets this card, you can special summon up to 2 Raidraptor monsters from your hand. And if you do, monsters your opponent controls cannot target those monsters.
Mommy, we have Ancient Gear Hunting Hound at home.
The first effect is strange because it might as well should have been either inflicting an 1,000 or inflicting damage to your opponent. Insert some condition times the number of points
for each card in your opponent's hand, something like that.
While the second effect feels like Battle Fader in a way, or some other hand trap that's
yeah, but you could have to control another one in the hand.
This card I would not recommend for either type. Unless you want to make your Raidraptor deck into a sort of burn deck.
I guess.
But anyway, it's not that good, in my honest opinion.
Raidraptor,
yeah, no, skip that card.
If you
I mean, unless you want to try to go for like a
you
complete or something.
Special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck.
This thing is really good. It can let you go on the defensive.
Raidraptor monsters.
It's not the best card ever made, but it's like if you get hit, you can summon yourself. And it has a nice combo with another one of their cards.
This one doesn't. Instead, it only has 1. And that I can see someone using when a Raidraptor monster gets destroyed by battle or something. Although, I don't really think it's as great as Gore's the Emissary of Darkness.
No, not really.
I have to agree, as this one is not one that a lot of people use. Either way, this card is not that good for either version of the deck builds.
But that's my personal opinion. This is one of the newer cards.
Control any face-up monsters other than winged beast monsters. You can special summon both this card and 1 Raidraptor monster from your hand. If you control no monsters, you can target 2 level 4 or lower Raidraptor monsters in your die, including this card. Special summon them in defense position. You can only use 1 Raidraptor Loom Vulture effect per turn, and only once that turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate either of these effects, except dark monsters.
Stats suck, who cares? Just need that first effect.
Those Xyz starter combo kind of monsters.
That's right. It's because of that reason that this card is a highly recommended card to
use in either
version.
It has to be. You could summon 2
although
of the
it's mostly used in the advanced version.
And there's special
summons. It is also another card handy for getting out a certain card.
Raidraptor, Booster Strits. When a Raidraptor monster you control is targeted for an attack by an opponent's monster, you can banish this card from your hand. Destroy the attacking monster.
This one is another one that only just has 1 effect.
It's
weird.
Neat, I guess.
Anyway,
but
I guess it's nice to use it as a hand
trap. You don't want
to keep
get rid
of that 1 monster typically has. Assuming it doesn't have protection.
Maybe it's a one-of, but generally,
Yeah, that can be a problem, as it would be useless against an opponent that has monsters that cannot be targeted, destroyed, and or affected by card effects, or even has negations to counter and stop it. This is why I don't recommend this one in either version.
Raidraptor, Mapon Bredonius.
Aha! Behold, one of the 3 Raidraptor cards from the manga. Because only 3 Raidraptor cards were played in the manga.
For the rest of this turn, except Raidraptor
I like that manga,
monsters.
but dang, it is the Yuya, Yugo, and Deku show.
Sent to the die, you can special summon 1 Raidraptor monster from your deck, but its effects are negated.
Definitely one of those cards where it has its niche usage.
It's kind of
agree.
a worse Mystic
like with
Tomato, though,
Raidraptors,
because at least
I would
Mystic
not
Tomato
recommend
lets
this
summon
for
monster
either
keep the
type,
effects.
unless you want to make your Raidraptor deck into a burn deck.
Which again, why would you?
Necrovulture, once per turn.
I want to like
tribute
this thing,
one
but it's
Raidraptor monster,
kind of
Then target one rank-up magic spell card in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. Also, you cannot summon for the rest of this turn, except with the effect of the rank-up magic
Fortunately,
spell
their whole
card.
archetype is rank-up magic,
is
so it's pretty
let's
decent.
retrieve a rank-up spell card from your grave. But at the cost that you can't Z-summon any further, except from those that
let's add a rank-up magic to the graveyard. Good start, but you're locked into only rank-up things. Hold up.
Upgrade, that's fine. But honestly, it's definitely a weird card in my perspective.
Yeah. This monster
Maybe it's
is
a
also
one-of,
not
but
that good, and not many people ever
not
run this
generally.
monster in their decks. And the effect can be useless and countered with cards that can banish cards from your graveyard.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, this card is not one I
just
recommend for
sacrifice
either version
itself,
of the
though,
deck
'cause
build.
Why would you want to keep it on
Raidraptor,
field?
Singing Lanius. If you control a face-up Ziz monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Raidraptor, Singing Lanius once per turn this way.
I mean, it's neat, I
And
guess,
yet
but you have to
another
control its
Raidraptor
monster.
where
A
only
little
has
too
one
specific.
effect. And it's a special summon for further Xyz plays or something.
Also, I am
Yes,
mildly annoyed that
this
it's
is
a level
another
4 with
monster
100
highly
attack and
recommended for
defense.
either deck
That is a
style,
level 1
as
monster
its
stat.
extra
So I know that's
summoning
because the
material
entire
for
archetype
further
or rate
Xyz
4
summoning,
toolbox.
as long as you
But
have
still,
an
it's like,
Xyz
come on,
monster
man.
on
Let's
the
make it
field.
1100 or
Razor's
something.
Wing. This card is always treated as the Phantom Knights and Raidraptor card.
It's one of those
If
crossover
this
cards.
card is in your hand or die, you can detach one material from your Dark Ziz monster, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect on Raider's Wing once per turn. A Ziz monster whose original attribute is dark and has this card, as material gains this effect.
I do like the giving
Your opponent
dark
cannot target
attributes
this
to
card with
monsters
card
targeting
effects. That was the gain effect.
Especially special summoning itself as long as you have materials. What would make it better though is
it's
if
handy.
the Xyz monster also had built-in card destruction protection with this guy on top of that.
Yeah, that'd be neat too. That'd be
Indeed.
good.
In fact, this was the monster I was talking about with certain combos involving certain cards, like Tribute Landius, Strangle Landius, and Bloom Vulture. Tribute can send it to the grave, then you can either special summon it from your grave by either its own effect, or by the effects of Strangle or Bloom, depending on the circumstances. Raider's Wing is also classed as two different archetypes, and its bullet point effect is quite good with your Xyz monsters as it adds protection. This is a major reason why this monster is highly recommended in either deck build.
Raidraptor, illegal. If all
Not
monsters you
archetypes can say
control
they're
are
two things at
Raidraptor
once.
monsters, minimum one, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can banish this card from your die, then target one Raidraptor spell/trap in your die.
There is a
Add it to
rank
your
3
hand.
Raid
You can
Raptor,
only
a
use each
singular
effect on
one.
Raidraptor,
And it's not
illegal
very
once
good.
per turn.
Ignoring the first effect, as I already stated in a previous Raidraptor monster, the second effect of instead of retrieving a monster, it's having to swipe a spell trap card instead. Which I could see come in handy depending on what
It is a
Raidraptor
potential other
trap
thing you
card
mill
is.
with Tribute Lanius,
Uh-huh.
but
This monster's effects are good, as it can be special summoned and be used as material to summon out a certain link
well, yeah,
monster.
I guess you could
addition
link
to its
something with
graveyard
it, but
effect to get
I just look
certain
at it and be like,
Raidraptor
this is a
spells
rank
and
4
traps from
toolbox
your
with level
graveyard.
3 in it.
This one is another
Get out.
recommendation for the deck,
Instead of
particularly
battling
for
Bucks
the
player, I
advanced
have level
type.
3s in my rank 4 toolbox.
Last tricks. If a Raidraptor monster you
See,
control
level 1 with 100
battles
attack and defense,
while
that's
you
more
have
like
any
it.
spell/trap cards on your field or in your graveyard during damage calculation in either player's turn, you can special summon this card from your hand, then gain 100 LP for each spell/trap card you control and in your graveyard. You can tribute this card. Your opponent takes no battle damage this turn. Also, you special summon one Raidraptors as monster from your extra
Dang,
deck
she's
in
out for
defense
free.
position, but its effects
Big
are
things come in
negated.
small packages.
Also, return it to the extra deck during the end phase.
It's a lot of
You can only
costs,
use
but
this
hey, if you
effect
want
on
to cheat out like that for
Last
free,
hits once per turn.
pretty fair,
As
honestly.
far as the fact I do like with the whole gaining life points, but however,
Cheating
I
out
don't
a
like
Raid
the
Raptor from the
condition
extra
where
deck.
you have to activate this specifically during the battle phase Entering damage calculation.
It is hella specific.
Like, why in the name of Celestia did you have to write it that way?
Well,
the last effect I find pretty cool that you can bring forth another extra deck Raidraptor monster for extra deck plays. I just find it a little strange given the drawback of your opponent getting damage protection that turn.
Well, they had to give it something,
well,
otherwise you're just getting a free monster. Like,
those who run it mainly
although I guess you
use
could
it
say
for
like
its
maybe
second
they take
effect
half
rather than
damage,
its
like
first.
some compromise or
a combo
something,
that
but
I've seen and done is by using this to special summon Raidraptor Xyz monsters from your extra deck to then rank up.
Well, they make it really lame.
Sure,
they gain
the drawback
1,000
of your
life points, like
opponent
Upstart
receiving no
Goblin.
battle damage that turn is a little inconvenient, but they're not safe from effect damage.
True.
It's usually good for first turn plays to
You
get
could summon
certain
the
big boss
burners.
monsters out to your field. This is why people use it in the standard type deck, although it's not actually used in the advanced type.
Raidraptor, Painlanius,
This thing can work with the Van Culture very well.
For an Xyz summon, except for the Xyz summon of a winged beast type monster. If this card is in your hand, you can target one Raidraptor monster you control that has a level, take damage equal to its core death, whichever is lower, but your choice, if tied. And if you do, special summon this card, and if you do that, this card's level becomes the current
It's a bit of a
level of the
cluster fun
targeted
of
monster.
effects, but it's not that
You
complex.
can only use this effect on Raidraptor.
I'm only annoyed with this thing
Painlanius
because
once
sometimes I
per
forget
turn.
to activate the effect.
Given
instead of hit
Raidraptors
normal
are
summon.
wing beast
Oops.
monsters, I guess Painlanius' deal of not being used as Xyz material unless if it's another wing beast monster.
It's a long
makes
effect,
a
but
lot of
basically,
sense.
if target a
The
monster,
cost of
take
summoning
damage
it
equal to
from your
whatever its
hand is a
lower
little
attack or
odd,
defense,
but at
summon
least
this
it's lower
thing
attack or
creature,
defense.
and then you get
True,
to make it the same
though
level.
there are ways around it. A great combo is to use this card with Raider's Wing, as Raider's Wing has 0 attack, and due to it being the lowest, you take no damage. But even if you don't,
It's also
and
good
choose
combo with
another
Avenge
Raidraptor
Vultures
monster,
earlier because
it's
if
just
you
a
took
small
damage, Avenge
cost.
Vultures coming out.
A small peck on the head, you can say.
Yeah.
This card is also recommended for either type of deck build.
I also like what happened when Shun or Shay used it in the anime, where he takes the damage and it just Avenge Vulture kicking him back in the back of the head with the helmet.
Monster's effect. You can
It's a cute little
card
thing.
from your graveyard. Then
wearing the
target
helmet
one
too, so it doesn't really
Raidraptor
do
card
anything.
in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. You can only use this effect on Raidraptor, Skull Eagle once per turn. Xyz monster that last summoned using this card in the field, Xyz material gains this effect.
Yeah, this one is definitely the worst of the two ranked level 3 Raidraptor monsters, but I still
This
think them
one I
having
feel like
frickin'
shouldn't be used either. Like,
yeah.
the first
It's
effect
a rank
sounds
4
cool
toolbox.
enough,
What's a level
but
3
the
doing
condition of
here?
it requiring to have itself being detached from an Xyz monster to banish itself from the grave as a cost feels off to me. It might as well have itself be in the grave, then banish itself.
Again, I say this is a Battler Boxer player, and I will happily tell you our level 3s suck.
While it is
Both
cool,
of them.
It should have been 1,000 attack points.
Although Rabbit Puncher is very funny
I
against super
actually
heavy
have to
samurais.
agree with you on this. This is why not many put this card into the deck, apart from summoning out the rank 3 Xyz monster.
Raidraptor,
Which-
Wild Vulture.
why?
During your main phase, if this card lost normal or special summon this turn, you can tribute
They have a
this
level
card,
6 to go into the rank
special
6
summon to
easier. They're not
Raidraptor
summoning the rank
monsters
6
from your hand
legitimately.
and or graveyard whose total levels equal 6.
The level
I mean, it's
restriction
neat, I
only
guess,
affects
but it's also
special
just a
summoning
way to make some
Raidraptor
level
monsters
3s
from the
easier.
Graveyard is strange, but
Again, you're not playing the level 3s.
Well, in my opinion, this one is not really that good.
No.
Mainly because of the fact of summoning Raidraptor monsters that equal to 6, as most monsters of the archetype
Also,
are
you need
mainly
to
level
tribute
4.
summon Raidraptors.
Unless
to
you're
gain
planning
the
on
points.
using the level 3s for a certain
It gave
rank
us the
3
moment of
Xyz
Shay
monster,
Obsidian
it's not
Pendulum
recommended
summoning,
for
which was
either
pretty
style of the
cool,
deck
but
build.
otherwise, skip this card. On to the extra deck.
Raidraptor, Fiend Eagle, 2 level
Like I
3
said, there's a rank
Raidraptor
3 in this
monsters
deck.
you can detach
Right.
one Xyz material from this card. Then target one face-up special, summon monster your opponent controls. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack in the field. You
mean,
can
like, it's
only
alright,
use this effect
like-
on Raidraptor, Fiend Eagle once per turn.
If you wanted to finish off your opponent with burn damage, I guess this will work.
It's a funny
Well,
way, I guess. I can give
Although
it
there
that.
are a few that can do just as good, if not better job in terms of burn damage, but this one is not
You
really
just play
recommended
frickin'
for either
Hinotama.
deck build.
Raidraptor Force Crits. 2 level 4 monsters gains 500 attack/defense for each
I wish this
Flame
thing
Beast
gave
monster you
stats like a
control,
Heartbeat
except
Relay
this
#1
card.
where it like gave
Once
everyone
per
the
turn,
stats.
you can
rather
detach
just
one
itself,
material
but
from this card. Add 1 level 4 Dark Winged Beast monster from your deck to your hand.
Definitely a
really
recommendation as an Xyz monster starter when adding level 4 Raidraptor monsters. Also, it is kind of cool you could use this thing as a beat stick or a shield depending on what you want to do.
Potentially, yeah.
Indeed. Forstrix is
power
actually
from
the most
itself.
important Xyz monster in either style of the
Could
deck.
get to 3,100
It
attack
allows you to
points.
build up early card advantage by constantly searching for the majority of your monsters, while also serving the deck's first line of defense. When building the standard or advanced style, always remember to have this card in your extra deck.
If you don't have it in your extra deck,
Raidraptor
there's something wrong with
Rise
you.
Falcon. 3 level 4 Winged Beast type monster.
Still one of the coolest summons in the entire
All
anime.
special summon monsters your opponent controls.
That
once
freaking
each.
cry of it
Once
being
per
something
turn,
burned in my
you can
brain
detach one
permanently.
Xyz material from this card. Then target one face-up special summon monster your opponent controls. This card gains attack equal to that monster's
I wish it was all
current
special
attack.
summon monsters just so you
I
could
believe
repeat
the
anime
anime
but I guess
counterpart
that'd
of
be too
this
much.
card was more insane than this counterpart.
Yes.
Seriously, just look up the scene where Shay summoned this thing and used its effect to target all of his opponent's monsters.
It made the Winged
Then
Dragon
you'll
of
see
Ra
right.
look like a bitch.
Ah, yes. This was the first of the Raidraptor extra deck monsters to appear in the anime.
And
you
boy,
are
did it
right.
leave an impression.
In the anime, its counterpart gains the attack of all monsters on your opponent's field, although it returns to normal after it battles.
That is the
unlike
downside,
original.
but to be fair, they did
This
it with Dark
version makes the
Rebellion
monster
as well.
more fair and playable. Otherwise, this card would definitely be on the ban list without delay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
probably.
you can
That's
run
the
this monster
trade-off.
in the standard deck if you wish, but it's not
So if they give
recommended
it a
in the
retrain,
advanced deck.
which basically was the anime
Raiders
version, I'd be
Knight
okay
2
with
level
that.
4 dark monsters. This card
Hello,
is always treated
Arc Rebellion.
as the Phantom Knights and
This thing
Raidraptor
is
card.
to Arc
You can
Rebellion
detach
Dragon
one material
what
from
Cyber
this
Dragon
card.
Nova is to Cyber
Special
Dragon
summon from
Infinity.
your extra
The
deck.
Stepping
One
Stone.
Phantom Knights, Raidraptor, or Xyz Dragon Xyz monster that is 1 rank higher or lower than this card. By using this face-up card you control as material, but destroying it during your opponent's next end phase.
Like, I
This is
like it.
treated
It's
as a
neat. I love the
Xyz
art.
summon.
It's Arc
Transfer
Rebellion you're
its
summoning,
materials
that's
to
it.
the summoned monster. You can only use this effect on Raiders Knight once per turn.
This monster is definitely interesting, for the fact it's treating itself as a Phantom Knights and Raidraptor monster, along with
It
its
is
effect
neat
of
in that
performing
regard.
a Z summon using itself as material combined with whatever materials you might have left on the card, allowing you to summon
It
an
blows
Arc
up a monster to the
Rebellion,
end phase.
Dark
Arc Rebellion
or some
can't be
other
destroyed by card
Raidraptor
effects.
Or a random
It's just, even its cost
pretty
is
good deal if
negated.
you ask me.
That's true. Raiders Knight is a pretty good addition to add to the deck, especially the advanced type. This is a main go-to to bringing out certain Xyz monsters.
Raidraptor, Stranger Falcon, 2 level 5
It's
monsters.
neat.
If this card has an Xyz
Dragon
monster
Blaze
as
Falcon.
Xyz material, it gains this effect. Question mark. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, then target 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy it, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal its original attack. If this card in your possession is destroyed by your opponent's card, by battle or card effect, and sent to your graveyard, you can target 1 Raidraptors as monster in your graveyard, except Raidraptor, Stranger Falcon, special summon it, and if you do, attach this card to it, as Xyz material.
Another thing I noticed with these monsters is
the time I
that
just
they have another
burned.
Xyz monster
That's
as a
it.
material, either another Raidraptor or just another Xyz monster in general.
In general,
they get to
yeah.
gain another effect.
Which
This
is
one is
neat.
good to not only destroying one of your opponent's monsters, if not the only one, but inflict damage to them in the process.
Which is
True.
good.
In my opinion, this one is a bit better than Fiend Eagle, as it can not only destroy an opponent's monster
Easily.
and inflict damage, but also reborn a Raidraptor Xyz monster in your graveyard, and attach itself as an overlay if it gets destroyed by battle or card effects. However, this
It's a
card
good
is not
card.
recommended for the advanced type, but more for the standard type.
Fair enough.
Raidraptor, Rage Tricks, 2 level 5 monsters, a
Now on the number
Raidraptor
ones.
Xyz monster that has this card. as material gains this effect. Question mark. This card gains attack equal to its rank times 100. You can only use one of the following effects of Raidraptor, Raidraptors per turn, and only once that turn. You can detach one material from this card, set one Raidraptor spell / trap from your deck. If this card has a winged beast monster as material, you can detach one material from this card. Add one rank up magic spell from your deck to your hand.
The gain attack effect could have been better, but whatever. The other effect of setting one
Summoning Final Fortress Falcon level 10 or 12, you can get a good power boost.
And the third effect, while I'm not a fan of the condition it needs to have, I do think fetching a rank on magic spells on.
Well, yes. This monster is actually good for those two reasons. Although the effect of fetching a rank up spell, it is also optional for setting them on the spell and trap zone, instead of adding it to your hand. This is handy in countering possible counter cards like Ash Blossom, and its attack boost effect is very handy when being used for summoning out a certain big boss monster, which we will get to soon. This is why it's recommended to add this to the advanced type of the deck.
Raidraptor, Blaze Falcon, 3 level 5
even the shot
monster
kind of
this
sucks.
card can attack directly, while it has
I can see it to do the right thing, I can burn and all that stuff.
Card inflicts battle
it's not an
damage
atrocious
to
card
your opponent.
like that.
You
It's one
can
of those
target
like,
one
hey,
monster
come
your
on, man.
opponent controls, destroying it. Once per turn, you can detach one Xyz material from this card.
Not for me.
Destroy as many
Not for
special
me.
summon monsters your opponent controls as possible. And if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed.
This one is pretty sweet. It's built to attack directly as long as it has Xyz material, while also having an effect that it's pretty much Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiends.
Pretty much.
This card should be used in it.
In the standard type, yes. It can come in handy when facing a deck that has special summons, although it can be countered by card effects that can negate it if it hasn't got Raider's Wing attached for protection, or facing up a deck that has normal summons, which is the reason why it's not recommended in the advanced type. I do admit that it was actually good when the deck first came out.
But time has changed.
Revolution Falcon, 3 level 6
thinking back at the
beast
level
type monsters
6s.
you can detach one Xyz material from
just
this
rank
card.
up.
This turn, this card can attack all monsters your opponent controls, once each. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's face-up special summon monster, that monster's attack and defense becomes 0.
It's nice to see the
If
big
this
images
card
so it's
has a
distinct
Raidraptor
faces.
Xyz monster, as
Sometimes it gets
Xyz
cut off.
material, it gains this effect. Question mark. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroying it, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the attack that monster had in the field.
If this monster managed to get enough attack points when using its first effect, I can see it being a monster board wipe for the opponent. And if you have enough monsters, other than Revolution itself, and your opponent has no protection, you can pretty much go for game from there.
That's true.
It is a good game.
Revolution
ender.
Falcon is another monster that is
So its
good
upgrade
against
is the one
multiple
that you'll be
monsters,
going into
particularly
more often.
ones that were special summoned. Even an attack boosting effect like Honest wouldn't have an effect. Its second effect is good as well, as it can pop a monster and inflict damage. It can be versatile for defense as well, since it has a high defense power, and the effect works when it's attacked and is attacked.
It is possible
This
to
is
summon,
why it's
yeah.
good for the standard type, although it can be optional for the advanced type too.
Raidraptor, Revolution Falcon, Air Raid, 3 level 6 winged beast monsters. You can also Xyz summon this card by discarding one rank up magic spell and using a rank 5 or lower Raidraptor Xyz monster you control as material.
And that's what I mean,
Transfer
because it's easy to go
materials to
into.
this card. If
You don't
this
get to
card
use
is
it like a magic
Xyz
pitch.
summoned, you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroying it, and if it lies face up, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack it had in the field. If this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card and sent to your graveyard, you can special summon one Raidraptor, Revolution Falcon from your extra deck, and if you do, attach this card to it as material.
I do like the alternate condition to summon this monster. It's pretty handy if you don't have any 3 level 6 winged beast monsters you control. Popping a monster your opponent controls to inflict damage to it is cool as well, but it is a shame that it has to be a face-up monster. Granted, it does make sense since a face-down monster doesn't have immediate attack and defense points until it was flip summoned or being attacked by an opponent's monster, but still though.
In my opinion, I'm not so sure about this one, and I've never actually played this card. In fact, as cool as the effect sounds, it's not really as good as the original Revolution Falcon.
Nah, it's
even
my
though you can
personal
possibly
opinion
get it
versus
out
yours.
when it gets destroyed.
Teach their own.
But regardless, I don't recommend this one for either type of the deck.
Meh.
Raidraptor, Arsenal Falcon, 2 level 7 monsters once per turn. You can detach 1 material from this card. Special summon 1 level 4 winged beast monster from your deck. If this card has any number of Raidraptor monsters as material, it can attack up to that many times during each battle phase. If this card is sent to the graveyard, while it has a Raidraptor monster as material, you can special summon 1 Raidraptors as monster from your extra deck, except Raidraptor, Arsenal Falcon, and if you do, attach this card from your graveyard to it as material.
I do like all the effects of this monster, especially summoning
effects,
1 level 4 winged beast
good.
monster from your deck, the ability to attack more than once depending on the amount of Raidraptors as material, and floating onto another Raidraptor monster on top of that. This card is pretty awesome.
Indeed.
Yep.
This monster is definitely recommended for either type, especially the advanced type. It is handy to summon additional monsters and for getting out certain other extra deck monsters when it leaves the field.
Oh yes it is.
Raidraptor, Satellite Cannon Falcon, 2 level 8 winged beast monster.
Great anime
if
moments.
This card is XC summoned by using a Raidraptor monster as material. You can destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls.
On summon
your
Heavy
opponent
Storm.
cannot activate cards or effects in response to
you
this
can't
effect's
respond
activation. Quick effect. You can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 800 hit for each Raidraptor monster in your graveyard.
The first effect is pretty much a Harpy's Feather Duster if it was given the spell speed 4 treatment.
Right.
The second effect, while it isn't always the case, it feels like most of the time the monster might as well go down to 0.
True.
Yeah,
this monster is also really good, as it can get rid of any of your opponent's spells and traps, as it prevents them from activating any effects in response, assuming they don't have any counter traps to negate the summon beforehand.
Yeah, that's annoying.
And you can weaken their monsters with the second effect, and it's not just once per turn either, and you can use it at any time on either player's turn. This monster is highly recommended for either type.
Yep,
Raidraptor, Ultimate Falcon, 3
Hi,
level
Jobber.
10 winged beast monsters unaffected by other cards' effects. You can detach 1 material from this card. For the rest
It's
of
sad
this
this
turn,
thing got the
all
Ragnar Zero
monsters your
curse.
opponent
If
controls
summoned in a
lose
duel,
1000
that duelist will
attack.
lose.
Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. If this card has a Raidraptor monster as material, it gains this effect. Question mark. Once per turn, during the end phase, you can make all monsters your opponent controls lose 1000 attack. Also, if your opponent controls no face-up monsters, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent.
Ultimate Falcon
Got a lot of
definitely
effects
is
and does a lot of
being
stuff, but it's
unaffected
called
by
Ultimate
almost
for a
anything,
reason.
making your opponent's monster lose attack and locking the opponent out for plays for the rest of the turn. And if they have a Raidraptor as an exist material, every end phase making the opponent's monster potentially lose more attack, or if they have no monsters, or at least any face-up monsters, inflicting 1000 points of damage. That is actually cool as hell.
It is.
The only things that can
do
kill
so
this
much.
thing is either destroying it in battle with a high attack monster,
Which
and
good luck.
or tribute the fucker off the field with something like
kaiju.
Spear mode, or a kaiju, or some other monster in general that requires
Santa Claus.
Again, that's true. Ultimate Falcon is a huge boss monster for any Raidraptor deck. This monster really makes duels real tough, especially if you manage to get 2 of them out onto your field. I know this from first-hand experience, which is why I really do like this monster.
It is pretty dang good.
Final Fortress Falcon, 3 level 12 monsters. If this card has a Raidraptor Xyz monster, has Xyz material, it is unaffected by other cards' effects. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card. Return all your banished Raidraptor monsters to your graveyard. Up to twice per turn, when this attacking card destroys a monster by battle, you can banish one Raidraptor Xyz monster from your graveyard. This card can attack again in a row.
All or nothing
this
monster.
One is sort of disappointing, in the aspect that it's unaffected by other cards' effects is there if you have a Raidraptor Xyz monster.
Oh, like you're summoning
the other effects that this card has, it's fine. I do personally like the effect where it essentially is a barrier from a different dimension for Raidraptors.
I actually agree. It's okay at best as a beat stick, but its effect is not as good as Ultimate Falcon. Which is why I don't recommend this monster for either style of the deck.
Yeah, it's each their own.
Rising Rebellion
it got
Falcon,
the second ever rank 13.
Beast,
and it mildly annoys me. It's like, why them?
If this card is Xyz summoned, you can destroy as many
cards Kurosaki walked into Konami HQ with a gun.
Then, if this card has 3 or more Raidraptor Xyz monsters with different names and material,
it's like freaking, I don't know, Necroid's got a rank 13, but still,
attack on the destroyed
it makes sense for them, but it's still like, why them?
Turn, you can detach 3 materials from this card, then target one Raidraptor Xyz monster in your die. This card gains that monster's effects until the end phase.
This one is a massive upgrade from Ultimate Falcon.
Better be for a rank 13.
I want to point out that the third effect of this monster, while it is great to have, I have seen monsters having a better deal than it. Also, I want to point out this monster is a rank 13, which is as rare as level 0 monsters and a level 1 synchro.
You're right. Rise Rebellion Falcon is a massive upgrade. Its effect is also very powerful, as it can be lethal to your opponent if you play it right. And that this monster can be difficult to get out due to it being a rank 13, of which there are only 2 in existence.
And this is
However,
one of them.
There are ways to get it out, by means of a certain rank-up magic spell, which we will get to soon. All in all, this monster is a major card to have in either type, especially the advanced type.
I'll say.
Raidraptor, wise
now the link
to Dark-Winged Beast monsters. If this card is
as a scouter,
you can special summon 1 level 4 Dark-Winged Beast monster from your deck in defense position, but negate its effects. Also, it cannot be used as link material. If your Raidraptor Xyz monster
I like playing this thing in my Blackwing deck.
Should one rank up magic spell directly from your deck.
It's just for the free body.
It is a quick play spell. It can be activated this turn. You can only use each effect on Raidraptor, wise crits once per turn.
Usually for the first effect, the second one's kind of eh.
And the whole drawback of not using it as link material is usually not a problem if you want to mostly use Xyz monsters.
It's fair.
But if you want to play a deck that heavily relies on link summoning, that can be a big issue. Also, the effect of setting up a rank up spell card from your deck and then allowing you to use that same card within the same turn, that is pretty cool.
That's right. Wystrix is a great addition to add to the deck, in whichever type you make, whether it's the standard type or the advanced type. Those like myself use this for rank up Xyz summon combos, as it is vital to get out certain powerhouse monsters to your field quickly.
It's just a very handy card, yeah. It's going to do spells and traps of this type.
Phantom Knight's rank up magic force. During the main phase,
the force
banish 1 or more dark monsters from your graveyard. Then target 1 dark Xyz monster you
control. Newer cards that combine
special summon from your extra deck.
It's a straight up really good rank magic.
Raidraptor, or Xyz Dragon Xyz monster, whose rank equals that of the targeted monster you control plus the number of monsters banished, by using it as material. Also, for the rest of this turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck, except Xyz monsters. This is treated as an Xyz summon. Transfer its materials to the summoned monster. You can
Basically, you want to
only
use this
activate
card
one
last,
Phantom
because
Knight's
you
rank
have
up
the
magic
Xyz
force
after
per
the fact,
turn.
so you want to do your links
With
and stuff
this
like
card,
that.
I do like that you could potentially rank up your Xyz monster higher than it usually does. Although, I'd rather be careful with the amount of dark monsters you banish because it could potentially waste your resources for future plays.
They don't want to blow
But
everything.
it depends on how many you banish. Also, is it just me, or the icon made for this rank up card looks
Looks like a Decepticon logo, yeah. I can see it.
You know, now that you've mentioned it, yes.
I think I tried to combine the Raidraptor logo with the Phantom Knight's logo with the Decepticon
Maybe the card
logo.
makers secretly got inspired by Transformers when designing the symbol.
Well, we don't
But
have
all
a
that aside,
Transformers
this
archetype
rank
except
up
for
spell is
Mortronics,
good,
so I'm
since
down.
it can be used with Raidraptors, Phantom Knights, and Xyz Dragons.
And I'm
But
pretty sure
one
that
needs
Magic
to
the
use
Gathering
this
is going to
with
get into
caution due to
Transformers
its effect
first,
of
so
banishing
meh.
other extra deck monsters.
Raidraptor, call. Target one Raidraptor monster you control. Special summon one monster with the same name as
Locks
that
into Raidraptor
monster
for the
in the
turn, though,
field
because
from
but
your
there's something
hand
from
or
the deck,
deck
so it's a
in
fair
defense
trade-off.
position. You can only activate one Raidraptor called per turn.
This thing's alright.
You cannot special summon monsters.
I mean, it summons a monster
during
from the
you
deck,
activate
so
this
it's kind of hard
card,
for it to me to
except
say it's straight up
Raidraptor
bad.
monsters.
Another one of those cards that can extend your plays further. Pretty cool if you ask
Especially
me.
if you only have like
I
2
also like
Raidraptors
the
in your hand, or
artwork
just
showing
one.
a beautiful bright sky.
Yeah,
That is
it's a nice
nice
change of pace
artwork,
from the
I
archetype's
agree.
usual design.
And this card is really handy as it can let you summon more Raidraptor monsters. It does have a drawback of you not being able to summon any other monsters besides Raidraptors.
Well, again, you're summoning
but
from the
it's not
deck.
so
There has
bad
to be
if the
some
remainder
sort of
you summon
drawback.
are of that. Otherwise, it's always best to activate it after summoning other possible non-Raidraptors to work around it. People usually use this in the standard type, but not in the advanced type.
Makes sense owning a block like that.
Glorious Bright. If
Newer
you
cards.
control a Raidraptor monster, target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Or, if you control a Raidraptor Xyz monster, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls.
any card, not just the
Negate
monster.
that card's effects until the end of this turn. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your Raidraptor monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. You can only use one Raidraptor.
Sounds like an
Glorious
okay
Bright
card. I
per
don't know if
turn,
you'd run it
and
in the
only
advanced
once that
build.
turn.
It's neat, I guess.
I do like this card's first effect more, as I do like the idea of negating
Effect
an opponent's
negation,
card
yeah.
that could potentially stun them the entire turn, or
I thought
just
when it's
slow
the whole
their plays
these monsters
to
gonna be like
extent.
activate from the hand, but no, it's
That's true.
just that you get to pick any
This card is
you
like
want,
an
not just a
alternative
monster,
to
which is
Infinite
cool.
Impermanence. Its second effect of
Raidraptor
adding a
Imperm.
Raidraptor monster from banished or graveyard to your hoof can come in handy too. This card is recommended for either type of deck play.
Raidraptor Nest. If you control 2 or more Raidraptor monsters, you can add one Raidraptor
This is a
monster
must-have.
from your deck or graveyard to
If you're not
your
running this
hand.
this
You
card in
can
either
only
of the
use
builds,
this effect on
well, I
Raidraptor
hope that your budget
Nest once
problems
per
get
turn.
fixed.
I like the idea of adding a Raidraptor monster to your hoof, but I don't like the condition where you have to have 2 or more Raidraptor monsters on your field.
Well, for a search, I'm fine
Yeah,
with
I
that.
guess it was created with monsters like Vanishing Lanius in mind when it was first created.
I mean, I guess, but
But
I
it's
saw
not
your
that big of an
replay.
issue
You're not
if
you're
you
going
can
to control
get them
2 or
out.
more Raidraptors
The thing
easily.
you have to watch out for is if your opponent has search negates, like Ash Blossom, to stop
Yeah,
it.
that is the downside.
All in all, this card is recommended too for either playing deck style.
Raidraptor Readiness.
It's a search you can activate once per turn. Why would you
Raidraptor
say no to
monsters
that?
you control cannot be destroyed by battle. If you have a Raidraptor monster in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard. You take no damage this turn.
Great card to use. I can see this card potentially being
Okay,
a
fair
Waboku
enough.
for Raidraptors.
In a way,
More or less,
yes.
but there's no way this is going
This
into
can
the advanced
save your
field.
monsters from being destroyed by battle that turn, and or block all forms of damage.
It's decent
However,
protection,
it
yeah.
doesn't protect them from being destroyed by card effects, so always
No,
keep that
it
in
doesn't
mind.
stop effect
This
damage.
card is
Oh, actually,
recommended
no, it
for the
does. There's no
standard
damage
type,
to turn, so never
but
mind,
not
wrong.
really for the advanced type.
No, it doesn't extend your
Raidraptor
play, so it's not going in the
return.
advanced.
If a Raidraptor monster you
Ah,
control
well, the
is
other cards
destroyed
in the
by
manga.
battle,
Actually, now that I think about it, we didn't
target
have
one
the,
Raidraptor monster in
the
your
rank 4 that gives
graveyard.
a bunch of attack
Add
points
it
for
to
the
your
graveyard.
hand. If a face-up
The other
Raidraptor
Xyz from the
monster
manga.
or
Oops, I
monster
guess
you
something got skipped
control
by
is
accident.
destroyed by card
I'm
effect,
brain farting.
you can banish this card from your graveyard. Add one Raidraptor card from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect on Raidraptor. Return once per turn.
It's a cool card, but it feels
I like how the Burden has the Raidraptor logo.
Despite
that's
the whole
cool.
Adding a Raidraptor monster to your hoof is a good effect.
It's one of those cards I think would be better, but it's just kind of.
To be honest, I agree. This card is not really good. In fact, I've even seen other players not run this card in their decks, which is why I don't really recommend this for either deck type.
Raidraptor, Roost. If a Raidraptor monster or monsters is special summoned from the extra deck to your field, except during the damage step, you can add one Raidraptor spell/trap from your deck to your hand, except Raidraptor, Roost. You can target 3 of your Raidraptor monsters that are banished and or in your graveyard, place them on the bottom of your deck in any order, then draw 1 card. You can only use each effect on Raidraptor, Roost once per turn.
Sounds
alright.
alright.
Both of this card's effects are pretty decent, but I do personally prefer the second effect, as I like the idea that you can recycle your Raidraptor.
Sort of a Pot of Avarice, yeah.
Preferably in your banishment pile.
That's true. It's a great card to have to add back Raidraptor monsters that you have banished, or in the graveyard back to your deck, and to draw a card. Look at it like a version of Pot of Avarice. The first effect, in my opinion, is actually good too, as this can add certain Raidraptor spells and traps from your deck to your hoof after Xyz summoning a Raidraptor from your extra deck. I recommend this card for either deck, but mostly for the advanced deck.
Raidraptor Replica. Target 1 Raidraptor monster you control. Special summon 1 monster with the same name from your deck. And if you do, as long as you control the face-up special summon monster, monsters your opponent controls cannot target the targeted monster for attacks. Also, your opponent cannot target the targeted monster with card effects.
Special summoning a copy of one of the Raidraptors you targeted, along with them having protection from attacks and card effects that target a card, that is pretty decent. The only sad thing is that they can still be wiped by cards like Raigeki.
Well, yeah, it's not perfect.
Yeah, that's
obviously.
probably a reason why no one really runs this card.
Invincibility to everything.
Sure, it seems like a great card, but there are ways to work around it, like card effects that wipe out cards without targeting, like Raigeki, for instance.
Could have had Raidraptor Copy Knights.
So this card is not one I would recommend for either style.
Raidraptor's Phantom Knight's Claw. When a monster effect is activated, detach 1 material from your Dark Ice monster. Negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Then, if the detached material belongs to the Phantom Knights, Raidraptor, or Xyz Dragon card, 1 Raidraptor Xyz monster you control gains attack equal to that destroyed monster's original
pretty dang
attack.
solid counter trap if I do say so myself.
You can only activate 1 Raidraptor's Phantom Knight's Claw per turn.
This is a cool negation card.
It is.
I am disappointed that it has to be a monster effect, but
yeah, it's a downside, but hey, I get the
known
power boost somehow.
Also, I do like the gain attack effect to add onto one of your Raidraptors.
Yes.
I agree. It's a good card to negate monster effects, as well as powering up one of your monsters in the process. It's recommended for the standard type, but I'm not too sure about the advanced type. So I'll say it can be optional.
Maybe as a one-of, but probably not.
Double Force target 1 Raidraptor Xyz monster in your graveyard that was destroyed by battle length.
I don't like how they always have like that on this turn thing immediately do it. And again, this is quick play, so it's better.
1 Xyz monster that has twice the rank on that monster.
So it'd be like if it just died, if it died this turn in their normal spell, it's like, so what? That's like suicided.
As an Xyz summon.
This rank up magic card is cool, allowing you to monster reborn a Raidraptor Xyz monster along with ranking them up.
That's true. It's another way to get out Ultimate Falcon if they destroy Blaze Falcon or any other rank 5 Raidraptor Xyz monster. It's an optional card to play in the standard type.
I get double rank up, so you just get to freaking skip a bunch of levels, which is good.
Special summon from your extra deck 1 Raidraptor monster that is 1 rank higher than that target, by using that target as the Xyz material. This special summon is treated as an Xyz summon. Xyz materials attached to that target also become Xyz materials in the summon monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard and 1 Raidraptor card from your hand. Then target 1 rank up magic spell card in your graveyard, except rank up magic
except this
card.
Add
it to your hand.
This rank up
I like the recursion. First effect is kind of
minimum of what other rank up magic cards usually.
It was one of the first, so it makes sense it sucks a little. But hey, you know.
I disagree about that, as its second effect is handy for getting certain rank up spells that might be in your graveyard back to your booth to play them again.
Just the first effect is kind of
Although,
like of its time.
I do agree that the first effect is okay at best. I guess it's why people use this card in the standard type, although it's not recommended in the advanced type.
Rank up Magic Raptor's Force. If a Raidraptor IC's monster was destroyed and sent to the graveyard this turn, while you controlled it, target one Raidraptor IC's monster in your graveyard. Special summon it.
This is just Raid Force, but a quick play spell
deck.
on any
one
no
Raidraptor
effect.
monster that is one rank higher than that monster. By using it as the
it makes it a little better by making a quick play spell, but it's still kind of eh.
As an IC
just stick with double
being a
Doom
monster
Force.
reborn while doing the usual rank up. Not really much to say there other than being cool, I guess.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this rank up spell is not really all that good.
No.
As there are better rank up spells. This is from experience with testing out cards and stuff. This one I don't recommend for either type.
Rank up Magic Revolution Force. During your turn, target one Raidraptor IC's monster you control.
It looks like Skull Eagle, the rank 3
deck.
disease.
One Raidraptor monster that is one rank higher than that target. By using that target as the IC's material. Question mark. During your opponent's turn, target one IC's monster your opponent controls with no IC's materials. Take control of that IC's monster, then special summon from your extra deck one Raidraptor monster that is one rank higher than that.
It is funny
monster.
if we're going against like a mirror match or like against another Xyz player, just being like, nice Xyz you got there.
As IC summons. Attached IC's materials also become IC's materials in the summon monster.
Okay, the effect of this card, if you use it on your opponent's turn, is kind of cool. It's a shame that it has to be an Xyz monster with no materials. But
yeah,
at the same
no
time,
materials is a bit annoying, but if you're going to be sitting a monster ringing up, it's got to be some downside somehow.
I guess.
Like if you stole
That's true.
the Lightning
I
or
would
something.
say the effect is okay if one is going up against another Xyz player, as long as the opponent's monster has no overlay units. I guess it can be optional to play in the standard type and maybe the advanced type, if it can be sided.
Rank up Magic Skate Force, target one Raidraptor IC's monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck one Raidraptor monster that is two ranks higher than that target. By using that target as the IC's material, special summon is treated.
They don't have a rank 7 or 9, so 5 kind of gets in the way.
Materials attached to that target also become IC's materials in the summon monster. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card and one Raidraptor monster from your graveyard. Then target one Raidraptors as monster in your graveyard. Special summon it.
This one is also not notable enough to give much of my thoughts, other than the Monster Reborn effect for Raidraptors is still a good touch.
Yes.
Well, the common play to use this is after using Lastrix to get out a Raidraptor Xyz monster from your extra deck and rank up for a boss monster. I know that this rank up spell got me the advantage on numerous duels in the day. It's highly recommended in the standard type and in the advanced type.
Oh, the advanced type likes it too.
Magic Soul Shave Force. Pay half your life points. Then target one Raidraptor IC's monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Then special summon from your extra deck one IC's monster that is 2 ranks higher than that
I like the idea of this card, especially since it's another skip force with a Monster Reborn as well.
Special summon is treated.
It's neat, maybe a one-of, but probably not that recommended.
Paying half of your life points is an iffy cause. But potentially going to a more powerful Xyz
depends where you are in the game state.
Like
Turn 1, crap.
Like turn is understandable.
Late game, so it would be turn 3.
Actually, it's funny you should say that. True, this rank up spell allows you to rank up after paying half your life points to summon an Xyz Raidraptor from your grave, and it can be costly. However, believe it or not, this rank up spell is not limited to just Raidraptor Xyz.
Huh.
What, really?
Well, you can summon anything that's
a common strategy I've seen and
even
done is to rank up for certain non-Raidraptor Xyz that can be helpful, which we will list shortly.
You could
It's
go
why
like
it's
Blaze
recommended
Buck
for
and
the
Big
standard
Eye or
type,
something
although
like that.
not really for the advanced type.
Raptors
Goes in the gauntlet launcher.
Slash trap card is activated. While
Goes
you
in New
control
Barodius,
a
New
Raptor
Barodia.
card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card.
Short, sweet, to the point.
For this
Bye.
archetype
We had a
is-
monster negator, here's a spell and trap negator.
I agree. It's handy to have against spells and traps. The only drawback is that you need to have a face-up Raidraptor card on the field in order to activate it. If you draw it and have no Raidraptor cards in your hoof or field, it can be a dead draw.
Yeah, it is
I
kind
will
of
say
dead.
that it can be in the standard type,
Yeah, it's
but
standard,
not
but
for the
not
advanced
really
type.
advanced.
But I guess it can be optional for either.
True, I mean, it's not
Raptor's ultimate
outright
base
bad.
equip only to a Raidraptor monster. It gains 1000 attack.
Because, you know,
When
Raidraptors
the
are well known
equipped
for
monster
beat
is targeted
stiffness.
for an attack by a monster whose it is higher than the equipped monster. You can add one rank-up magic spell card from your deck to your hand. And if you do, you take no battle damage from that battle.
So become a stronger monster,
This
but the other
equip
monster
spell
is still
looks like it's
stronger.
something you
Search.
could use, but it isn't recommended.
It's
That
neat,
I have
if
to
nothing
agree.
else. Yeah,
Not
but
really
it's
much
kinda
else
like,
to say.
why would you play this?
Rise rank-up magic Raidraptor's
It's like playing Neos
Force.
Force
During
and
the main
Nante
phase
elements
of
of your own
your
Neos deck.
opponent's
It's like,
battle
if you're doing that, you're
phase,
just doing it
target
for
2 or more
extras, I guess.
Raidraptor Xyz monsters you control and/or in your graveyard, including a monster in the field. If at least 2 remain face-up at resolution, special summon one Raidraptor
Like what, your opponent
Xyz
activates
monster
play
from
spell
your
Fissure?
extra deck with a rank equal to their combined ranks. And if you do, attach the targeted monsters to it as material. This is treated as an Xyz summon. Transfer their materials to the summoned monster. You can only activate one Rise rank up magic Raidraptor's Force per turn.
As
Pretty
far as
dang
I
decent.
know, this is the rank up magic card Raidraptor players use to summon the rank 13 monster. And I
Well,
find
it
it
was made with
crazy
it,
that
so
this
it
card
makes
does it
sense.
through the synchro method, only without the tuner part.
Brave Lives
Also,
combined
using this during
ranks.
your opponent's battle phase, after summoning the rank 13, let's wipe their field so they have no chance to attack that turn.
Sounds good to me.
Assuming they don't have a card that protects their entire
Should be called
field from
Rise
a
Rank
block.
Up Magic XL Synchro.
That is true. And it's nothing compared to the effect Rise Rebellion Falcon has of inflicting damage to your opponent equal to the combined total of their original attack. In other words, if played right, it can be OTK without attacking your opponent. This is why the combo of using this rank-up spell with Rising Rebellion Falcon is so powerful. This card is highly recommended in either type, but mostly in the advanced type.
Raider's Unbreakable Mind. This card is always treated as the
more
Phantom
neat than outright
Knights
good.
and Raidraptor card. If you Xyz summon using a Dark Xyz monster as material, you can target one card in the field, destroying it. If this face-up card in the spell and trap zone
really
is
say we're
destroyed
together
by a
there
card
from
effect,
CZ
you
Dragon
can
Ranks,
set
the
one
rank
rank-up
6 air
magic
raid.
spell directly from your deck or graveyard. You can only use each effect on Raider's Unbreakable Mind once per turn.
Another cool card, but something's telling me that this also isn't recommended. Honestly, this card should have been made as the Raidraptor version of Thunder Dragon Discharge.
Probably.
I have to say, you are right about that. In my opinion, this card can be optional in the standard type, but not so much for the
I
advanced
didn't think
type.
so. That's about what I expected. Like, if you want to play casual, sure. If you want to play competitive, no.
I actually don't know what to like about this archetype since I never have actually played it. So,
I like the
instead,
spam
I'm
it,
gonna
like bring
let
out a
you
bunch of
answer
monsters like that,
question,
but the whole
Solar
like
Raptor.
rank up dot deck,
Sure.
not for me.
And it's quite a good question. I guess it
I
basically
prefer
started with a
Link
friend
and
of mine at my
Synchro Climb.
locals
Rank climb?
mentioning it to
Nah.
me about the archetype at one
Each their own.
YCS. He told me about it and joked that I could call myself Raidraptormon afterward. After that, I
And then you
studied the
did.
deck with the help of my other friend, DCRS Hero. Then, soon after, I watched the Arc 5 anime and got introduced to the character Shay. I guess
And
I
he
love
used
the
your
deck
deck, which
because
helped
its
build
playing
a
style
bond.
is versatile in defense and strong beatdown. Plus, the art style of the cards are like Mechanical Bird Gundams.
And that's
in
pretty
the
cool
anime,
too, yeah.
the sound of the Xyz monsters is so awesome and majestic. Which, bonus fact, the iconic bird cry sound used for the Raidraptor Xyz monsters is actually the cry of the character Tallyhawk from the 80s cartoon called Silverhawks.
Really?
Have a listen.
Okay, Tallyhawk, time to finish off the Silverhawks.
Dang, it is the same cry.
Summon. Witness the ascent of Raidraptor Rise Falcon.
It's a good reference there, and one not a lot of people get.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, that covers why I love
and they're
the
both
deck
original
so much.
animes from
Its
the looks
art
of it, so it looks
style,
like
its
it's also
playstyle,
the
and the
that's the
character
same
who
cry as
uses
the
it.
sub has. So I guess they just both took it from the same place. I mean, when you have a good roar, use a good roar.
We are
It's
now
something
going to
great,
card
rightful
recommendations.
birds.
The cards we will list will
Imagine hearing
actually
that
help
cry in
make
the
the
middle
deck
of the night. You're
stronger
freaking
and more
running.
competitive if one desires, for the main deck and/or the side deck.
Anywho, here are the recommended cards for the archetype. For main deck monsters, DD Crow,
Naturally.
Samorc Bird of Perfection, Blackwing, Sephiroth the Elite,
Of course.
Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring,
Sadly.
Dark Honest,
Liar.
Max C,
course.
Veiler,
Of course.
Night Guru, the Primordial Being,
Some of these are a little bit of a duh.
Melcharmy Fellows,
Fuentes.
Drone Lockbird.
At least
For the
Drone
spells
Lockbird
and
has a bird
traps.
on it.
Harpy's Feather Duster,
No duh.
Monster Reborn,
Some of these are gimmies.
Swallow's Nest,
Spam out.
Icarus Attack,
Pop stuff.
Xyz Reborn,
Naturally.
Cattle Call,
I don't know.
Allure of Darkness,
Draw power.
Raigeki,
Pop.
Lightning Storm,
Pop.
Cosmic Cyclone,
Wait a minute. I
Xyz
thought Lightning
Veil,
Storm was supposed to be
the
Slifer.
Phantom
Why the heck
Knight's
was the
Rank Up
Chimera
Magic
attack?
Launch, Evenly
I
Matched,
guess it could be both.
Called by the Grave, Dominus Impulse, Infinite
Don't know.
Impermanence,
Duh.
Solomon Judgment,
God said
Solomon
no.
Strike,
God
Book
said
of
no.
Eclipse,
We got a new Solemn card recently. That
Triple
looks pretty
Tactics
decent.
Talent, Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic Force,
I would hope you would include your own
Phantom
archetype
Knight's
in here.
Fogblade,
Well, not really your
and the
own
Phantom
archetype,
Knights of Shade Brigadine.
For
Brazingman.
extra deck, Dark Rebellion, Requiem, and Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragons, Evil
Duh.
Spore Nightmare,
Could do some
Cast Out
cool
Sky
stuff.
Blaster and Musketeer,
Put the thing back in
Cyber
your
Dragon
deck.
Infinity,
Ugh.
number 77 the 7th Sin,
I mean, I guess you could cheat it
and
out with the
Phantom
rank.
Knights of
Skip
Rusty
2
Bark.
ranks. Meh.
Other than Phantom Knights, I'm not for sure what archetype is great to combine with these birds.
Well, they kind of want you to play with Phantom
Well, I
Knights. It
have
makes
seen
sense.
people use these with Blackwings, as they are
I've
compatible
used
due to
the
being
I've used the link
dark
with
winged
Black
beast
Wings, but
types.
that's it.
One person even commented about Raidraptors being like Blackwings, only with Xyz instead of Synchros.
I mean, even the
I've
show
seen it
kind of
with that
pointed
on
out
some
because they had
tag
Shay
duels of
and
one
versus
using
Crow
Phantom
in the
Knights
duel-
or
in the
Black
duel, and
Wings
they were kind of
alongside
like bird
Raidraptors.
bros. Hunter bird bros, if you would.
To conclude this video, Raidraptors, while as of this video I might not be into them, they're a pretty cool archetype to go with if you're into Xyz monsters. Also, the mechanical birds look pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
cool
glad
aesthetic.
you think so.
And I'm glad you came on for this particular video of the series, Raptor.
Thanks. Happy to help out.
If you guys want to check out Raptormon's YouTube channel, a link to it will be in the description below.
Nice
I do
custom
recommend
made
checking
arrow.
out his MLP blind reaction videos, because there is this one thing about those that intrigue me compared to other reactors I've seen. That being that he does put a bit of text commentary for a did you know kind of detail, or something along like that.
That's neat.
Uh-huh. I also do song covers, voice actor encounter videos, and other videos too. So, as Digi said, do feel free to check out my channel, and if you like, subscribe if you haven't already.
And before I end the
He's
video,
got some cool stuff,
I'll
and
be
he was
real
very
with you
informative
guys.
on the
I
Raidraptor
was
archetypes.
originally
That's
was
cool.
going to do another poll after this video was finished, but I decided to change it at the last minute to where I'm going to choose what the next archetype I'm going to be covering.
Fair enough.
And
I mean,
also
after
I'm
a
gonna be
giant
doing
mega
the
one like
next one
this,
after
yeah, you can
that.
do it for you.
But after those two, I will allow you guys to vote on what archetype should be next. Anywho,
Sounds
the next
fair.
archetype I'm actually going to be covering are the Crystal Beasts.
Okay, I'm down with that. I
Until
think they got
such
second
time as
place
we meet
anyway, so it
again,
works.
This is Digibox360.
And it's gonna be much shorter
Digibox
compared to the
90,
freaking
signing
Raid
off.
Raptors. Even though the Raid Raptors came out after the freaking Crystal Beasts, but hey, what are you gonna do? But yeah, overall, very informative video. Good to know all the comments, especially from one of the people who actually play them a lot, so that helps you know a lot about the archetypes. Again, I played Raid Raptors, but I wouldn't call myself like a freaking professional player. No siree, Bob. We have different opinions on some of the stuff that can and can't be played. But it's still overall a great design. He did good work with the whole video being very instructive and informative. Raptormon knew what he was talking about, which is very good for an informational video, especially when you need to know about pro builds and casual builds. Because, yeah, playing with your friends is one thing, but playing in a freaking tournament is another thing entirely. So you gotta be ready for that. But yeah, the Raid Raptors do have a pretty good aesthetic with the whole mechanical bird and their cries and all that stuff. They are a very nice archetype. I don't like hate them or anything like that. It's just one of those where it's like, I like you, not for me. At the end of the day, that's all it really is. And hey, not every archetype is for everyone. You know, not everyone's gonna want to play like Batman Boxers or Solomon Greats or something like that. That's the glory of having like 10,000 archetypes. Odds are you'll find an archetype for you out there somewhere. And it's fine if you don't like an archetype. That's just how things work. We'll just keep moving on regardless, as long as we're all having fun at the end of the day. But yeah, very informative video, so go check out the original creator, DigiJex90, and DigiBox360, and Raptormon. I'll try to link them both in the description below. And I don't have much else to say besides that one. So, good video, glad I checked it out. Good work to both people, ponies, and I hope to see all of you next time. Later.